This is just to show you how I used to work out the form before I had the Punters tool, analysis tool. The very first thing that I ever used to go to was this little section here, BRT 2788 A5. That's the best recent time. That's the first thing I ever looked at. I used to have my little notepad and I'd write down track 1, 2788, and it was in an A5. Then we go down to the next one, and it was 2780 A2, but that was way back on the 5th of April, which just shows what the dog could do, but it's far too far back. So I need to find something a little bit more close. So what I would do is look down here. And what's the fastest thing down here? The fastest one down here is 2814 in an A3. So for my best recent time, I'd be putting down on my little notepad 2814. And then I go through the whole card and write them all down for best recent time. And the grade of the best recent time. Then the next thing to do is go through the split times, which is here. I always pick one of the last 5 split times that they've got here. And I always tend to pick the shortest one. So for this one, I would put 5:17. And for this one, 5:16, and so on, all the way through. And that would all be on my little notepad. And then the next one, I'd be going to the latest best. So I'm taking the last 3 times, and I'm seeing which one's the best, which in this case, in track 1, is 2788. So I'd write down 2788 in an A5, which just happens to be the same as the best recent time. And then I go through them all. And then I've got on my little notepad, I've got the best recent time and the grade and the split time. And I've also got the best latest time and the grade of that. And I just have to go through them all and make my decision, which I thought was best out of a lot of them. Now then, that was what I used to do to pick the format. I write it all down on a little notepad. Now look at this. This is what I fixed up and created for myself here, which does exactly the same thing. So I don't have to write it all down on a notepad, and I just fill in the times here. By the way, if it's best recent grade is a trial time, I try not to use it, but if it's a trial time, the grade I give it is usually one above the race. I don't know why I do that. You might have different thoughts about it, but to me, trial time is not really to be taken seriously, but that's it. But I fill it all in this Greyhound race analyzer, tongue-tied. Just a minute, I'm going to freeze it up and do the same thing and then come back. Okay, I filled them all in. What I've forgotten to do is up here at the top it says track, and I've got Hove, and the actual race I'm doing is at Sunderland, so quick change of that. The different tracks have different ratings for the speed ratings. Some tracks are it's a lot more important the split time than it is at others, so that's why you need to put the track in. The thing over here is race. You don't need to put that in unless you're doing half a dozen races for the morning and you need to save them. So you put the name of the race in there if you wanted to save it. But anyway, I've finished it all now and I put them all in, and it comes out with track 1 as the winner and track 3 to be second. And that's how I would work it out. This just takes all the place of my notepad that I did, and it works it out for me. You might put different stuff in, and it works different for you. You have your own way of thinking of how a race should go, but you put in there whatever you think. And this is what I think, so that's it. The race is over now, so we could take a look at, see how we've gone on. Just a minute. Get rid of that. Votes today. Right, Sunderland. Yeah, and it was, well, we had a first and a last. Track 1 won and track 3 was second. Track 3 was last. So we wouldn't have got the forecast up. But anyway, we would have got the winner. But there we go. So that's how you use the Greyhound Race Analyzer. See you next time.